But next up on our list, though, is our GM5. Me and Orlando actually just went to GM5 last Saturday, and we did a little live stream. We live streamed their second game and their third game. That third game was actually their game of the week. And we're going to run through a little bit of the results of that day. I'm going to do a little bit of a ranking for them to see where all their teams stand.
Can I get my early MVP?
Sure, we can definitely do that. But let's look at let's take a look at the schedule. Let's see if we can. What's the easiest way? This is this is the one that just passed. I can barely see, but let's talk about the results. GM5 was fun, man. Shout out to TP for having us. Shout out to GM5 for putting up a great event, great games, really fun, and hopefully I can go as many times as possible this season. But
maybe we'll have our own team.
Let's talk about some of the teams that won. We had City Ballers with a former Serpent who actually ended up playing one game with the Serpents in our first season. Phil. I actually forgot his last name. I'm not gonna lie, but everybody knows Phil, man. Peasy. He's a team owner or head player. I don't even know what he is with that team, but I know he runs the show there. And City Ballers beat who was
you
this?
talking about the player coach?
Yeah, no, that's a different team. City Baller beat Underground Kings UGK 81-74 for the second game of the day. We had Ojon Roofing losing to the Enforcers 59-54. Ojon Roofing, another team that has some Volusia County Serpents on there with Nicholas McCallie and Jermaine Johnson. Shout out Volusia County, if you guys can tell. We're repping my city or repping my county.
Is that Mano's real name?
Jermaine, yeah, Jermaine.
Oh, that makes sense.
The Enforcers also have a former Serpent as well with Anthony Rice as well.
Yes, sir.
The game of the week was On the Bench. On the Bench beat Worldwide 70-57. On the Bench is stacked with some primetime players like Tim Mitchell, Romello Bates, Roderick Lawrence. They have former Volusia County Serpent, Tommy Dennis, amongst others. He was not there this weekend, but he should be there this weekend coming up. Or he wasn't there last weekend. He should be there this weekend coming up. They actually have Enrique Bush Jr. on that team as well. So they are outrageously stacked.
We're going to try to keep it in there, though. It was a kind of a duel from what I watched with Roderick and AJ. Bro, they were going back and forth.
It was a duel amongst them for sure. Team-wise, on the bench definitely got away with it for sure. Yeah, but AJ, funny enough, for those of you who are not familiar and those of you who are tuning in, last year the champion was called Squad X, which was a social media team that was on the rise last year. I think they're disbanded now, I believe. But AJ, Rod, Tim, and Romello were all on that team last year, and they disbanded for this year, and they all picked different teams. As you can see, Rod, Tim, and Romello ended up on the same team, and then AJ ended up on Worldwide. And they have other players as well from their last season that are still in the league.
Definitely two teams I'd watch out for, especially on the bench. But
game number 5 was Game Time Elite. 4. You're right. Game number 4 was Game Time Elite defeating Team Switch.
Game Time Elite's my sleeper team.
67-55. They're actually not a sleeper at all. They're actually arguably the favorite to win.
I didn't know that. I thought On the Bench was the favorite to win.
Yeah, I was actually going to talk about that here in a second. For those of you who are not familiar, get to know the local scene, because if you get to know the local scene, if you go out to these rec leagues, whether you're playing, whether you're watching, whatever it is you want to do, I promise you, if you stay in touch with these rec leagues, you will eventually get to know Shane. Shane wins everything every time, and his teams are always the same core. We always got Dom, they always got Aaron, they always got Sean Sukup, they always got Terrell Christian. They always got the same core guys. And let me tell you, if you want to watch a rec team play basketball, that is the team to watch. Not phenomenal when it comes to highlights and outstanding.
Get it done though, man.
But they get it done. Like when it comes to playing basketball, they win every single time. Shane is the GOAT of recreational basketball.
And they were so good that, like, when me, we were supposed to leave that game, right? And we ended up staying just to watch them. That's how good they were. Like, we were literally, I think this is the guy that has one of the guys who looks like PG, right? That I kept saying.
I don't quite remember. No, I don't. No, that's not the.
That's
team.
the last team.
That's the last team.
Park
Yeah,
Legends.
Park Legends. Yeah,
That's
I
my
remember now.
sleeper
Yeah.
team. That's my sleeper team.
Yeah,
I
Park
apologize.
Legends are a sleeper team. Yeah,
Yes.
I'll say that. I think the favorites. I think the finals is going to be Game Time versus On the Bench, assuming they line up in the bracket. If they meet each other before the finals, then that's going to be a tough one.
You don't think Park Legends have to say so in any of that with all that size they had and that big ass point guard that they had?
Nah,
They literally had like a 6'5" point guard, bro. Dribbling, saucing people up.
I didn't see a lot of basketball being played. I don't think it's sustainable, but we'll see.
We'll see for sure.
I don't think it's sustainable, in my opinion, but I think they're going to get it together. They have a raw team for sure. I actually have them losing this week, coming up.
So
they play Game Time this week.
Okay, yeah, I might have to go check that out.
I see them. I have
talk
them
about
losing.
it next. Yeah,
but we're going to talk
about my
about
birthday.
we're going to talk about that next. I have them losing.
Actually, I'm going to go to your birthday.
I don't do anything Saturday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go.
I have them losing. But either way, last game that we went to was Park Legends versus Count Up. Count Up actually has a lot of Volusia County players. That team is run by Monolito, Volusia County legend.
Can I name him?
Can I name him? Because I know him.
Park Legends.
Dennis Diaz.
Park Legends beat Count Up 47-31.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to name?
I could.
Name how many?
Yeah, they actually have some Volusia County, like I would say, legends. Dennis Diaz, Monolito. They got Jalen. They also had. Go ahead, help me out now. So after this, I kind of.
They have Jalen Moreau. They have Monolito. They
him.
have. On the other end of it, though,
they had JB.
They had the other team actually had. How did I forget his name? I talked about him so much. Dang it. Nick. They had Nick Wallery as well, but that was the other team that had him. But I don't know the rest of the guys from that team, though. I only knew Jalen and Monolito.
Real quick.
Contrary to popular belief, I'm actually not from Volusia County. I've just been learning as I go.
Yeah, but
actually not even from here.
Count Up is definitely a Volusia County team, 100% all Volusia. Yeah. And I just wanted to shout out one player.
Shout out Volusia County.
And it's going to be kind of crazy. I think his name was Rod. Is it Rod?
Yeah,
Rod had
Lawrence.
26 points in the first half and dipped to go to a funeral.
Bro,
to the second half.
That's what I'm telling you.
Like,
that's my MVP.
He's tough,
bro. And it was like he wasn't missing anything. And then shout out to Lucas. We found out his name,
Luke Doyle. Luke Doyle.
He is a sniper. And shout out Sniper as well. Some good shooters in that league that I wanted to highlight real quick.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about some top performers. Some of these guys use nicknames, so I'm not super familiar with their names. But we're going to look at top 5 for some of these primary stat lines. But going forward, we'll just look at who was the highest out of all of them. But today we'll do top 5 just because they have it on here. Going forward, this is going to be an average, so we won't be able to look at it. So going forward, we'll just look at the top performer. But for week 1 of GM5, we had Zuldo with 27 points. Another player that you need to get to know. He is a walking bucket. You're going to see him score very highly, very often. He's a volume scorer for sure. Rod Lawrence, he's a pro's pro. You're going to see him play well every single time.
So
whether he has
got me barking.
15 points or 35 points, you're going to see good basketball being played. Marquise Page, a knockdown shooter from City Ballers. Dominic Douglas with 20. I'm sorry, Marquise Page, who had 25. Dominic Douglas, who had 20 from GTE, from Game Time, and A.J. Williams with 20 from Worldwide.
He was balling.
Those are the top 5 scorers of Week 1. Top 5 rebounders was Liam Davis of UGK with 11 rebounds. Steve Young with 10 rebounds from the Enforcers. A.J. Williams with 9 rebounds from Worldwide. Anthony Rice with 9 rebounds from the Enforcers. And Tim Mitchell with 9 rebounds from on the bench. Then we have some assist leaders here. Kenny Long from City Ballers, which was actually a plot twist. I don't think many people knew Kenny Long was going to be on that team. For those of you who follow the FBA, Kenny Long is a starting point guard for the Claremont Crocs. He had 8 assists. He led the way. Or actually, he's tied with Romello Bates with 8 assists as well from on the bench. Brad Turner from Park Legends with 7 assists. Ladarius Lee from Enforcers with 5 assists. And John Carey, another Volusia County legend from Ojon Roofing with 5 assists. For those of you wondering, Ojon Roofing is named after team owner's business, Nick Ojon. He owns a business called Ojon Roofing. Unfortunately, we're not going to post any ads because we have not been paid for them.
If you pay us, though, we got you.
But we will hit you up if you're interested.
Yeah, let us know, Nick. We got you, man.
Assists need to go up in this league, guys.
We'll give you a great discount.
People don't be getting assists at the rec level like that, for real.
Yeah.
So 8's crazy.
But I'm going to give my ranking from week 1 based on what I saw. There's one on here that I ended up deciding to switch up. But for all you guys that are fans of GM5, I'm going to start doing my power rankings of GM5, personal power rankings. I am not debating this with anybody. I am not talking to anybody that's in relation with GM5. This is my personal opinion. I'm going to take the time out to watch every single game. And I'm going to make sure that I give you guys a power ranking every single week. But in my opinion, based on what I saw, and I almost put a losing team over a winning team. That's the crazy thing.
Is that crazy, though? Because sometimes you just have bad matchups.
Yeah, I almost put a losing team over a winning team, but I changed my mind. I think the winning does value the most when it comes to power rankings. But here are my GM5 power rankings after week 1. So I have in first place, obviously, on the bench. Second place, I have Park Legends. Park Legends are a sleeper this year. I think Park Legends have a real opportunity to win a championship this year.
They're probably the biggest team in this league.
Yeah, they have a lot of height. They have a lot of scoring ability. I think that's going to.
Game Time Elite was the favorites?
Yeah, I think Game Time is the favorite. I think Park Legends is a a sleeper. Yeah, I was saying they're a sleeper.
Bro. Big sleeper.
But you haven't even said Game Time Elite, and you're a 3.
Oh yeah, because it's only one game. I'm basing it off of that one game. I think overall season, I think Game Time. Yeah, I have Game Time winning, but we'll get to that either way. Like I said, Park Legends at 2. I think they are my sleeper for the day. I have Game Time at 3. I have City Ballers at 4, and this is where I originally, and I'm sorry, Vic, I originally had Worldwide, who lost their first game, but I originally had Worldwide at 5. However, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go with the Enforcers at 5 because at the end of the day, they won. Shout out to the Enforcers. Shout out to Vic. I was hooping with him at JCC a couple weeks ago, actually. We won a few games that day. And then I have Worldwide at 6. I think Worldwide looks like on paper they can be one of the best teams. So I think they could be a team to really watch. So shout out AJ. I've always been a fan of AJ. I've always wanted to see what his availability was like to see if I can get him on the Serpents, but never works out.
For me, I could do a top 4, but I didn't get to watch all the games.
And then I have UGK at number 7. I think Underground Kings were the 7th best team of that first week. Team Swift at number 8. Count Up at number 9. And unfortunately, even though they have the most Volusia County Serpents on the squad, I have Ojon Roofing as the worst team of week 1. Ojon Roofing got 2 technical fouls for having 6 players on the court in one game.
Well, they didn't get caught the first time. Remember,
they didn't get caught. Oh yeah, they didn't get caught.
I caught it.
Okay, so they had 1 technical. I stand corrected, Nick. My apologies. They had 1 technical for 6 players on the court, but we saw it. You did it twice. All right.
We actually submitted it to the league, so TB and
yeah, we sent a strongly worded letter to GM5 just to make sure they get credited for that extra point. But that is my GM5 power rankings after week 1. For you guys, if you were able to watch it, the last thing I want to do in regards to GM5 is simple. Let's look at their schedule for next week, and let's predict our winners and losers.
Up to the top scores and schedules, and then we do game results, I think.
And game results, probably actually upcoming games might look better.
Yeah. Look at that.
There you go. Perfect.
We're figuring this out.
All right, perfect. So I cannot see very well because of the cameras in the way. All right, but this is the last thing we're going to go with GM5. Oh, perfect. Let me use that then. Let's see. So we got City Ballers versus Ojon Roofing. I think City Ballers starts the season 2-0.
I think that they win that one.
I think. Oh, actually, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are in the chats already, you know. However, for those of you who are watching and hearing this for the first time, breaking news: Jermaine Johnson will not be playing for Ojon Roofing for the rest of the season.
Already?
Wait, he quit?
He said he was going to quit, though.
Yeah, he quit. I don't want to use the word quit. I don't know. He left the team, and the rumor is he's going to go into the midseason combine with the intention of playing for a different team. The word around town is he has things to handle with his family, so let's assume that is all correct, and maybe things came up. And
That's not what I heard.
I have no other reason. I have no reason not to believe him. They started off hot, so I would expect him to want to stay with the team, but things just happened.
Oh, he lost.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Yeah, so
I said I have no reason not to believe him.
So with them losing Jermaine, I think it's difficult for that team to really put together wins. I mean, Jermaine Johnson's a very big scoring option for them.
He's a guy that can legitimately shoot.
Yeah, Paul is their starting point guard, who is the reigning FBA champion with the Florida Flight. But I don't think he can carry that team. I think they need players.
Damn good job though.
Yeah, he's a great player, but I think he's going to need help. You know what I mean? I think Jermaine Johnson was able to provide that help. But we'll see. That's going to offer up more shots for other players. We'll see how that goes. I think City Ballers takes that game. They start 2-0, and OJR starts 0-2.
I don't think OJR might win a game this year. I don't know if they will.
No, they'll definitely win a game. These teams, they don't be having people show up.
A blind squirrel always finds a nut every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
I said that all wrong, though.
I got what you meant, though.
Thank you.
Then we have Game Time versus Park Legends. This is where I have Game Time. Hopefully my AAU schedule allows me to be free during this time because I would love to watch this. But
I think this one goes down to the wire, though. I think this is going to be a close game.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think Game Time and Park Legends can keep it close, but Game Time just plays good basketball, man. And let me tell you, man, when Son Sukup gets that rebound, that he's throwing it full court every time and they're going to have Aaron. They didn't even have Aaron Farrington. Aaron Farrington's probably the Winter Park Storm's maybe second or to third best player, and he's on the team with Dom Douglas, who is the reigning MVP candidate for the FBA right now. So, I don't think you add Aaron to the equation. I don't know if Park Legends was missing anybody, but you add Aaron to the equation, and I think they're winning this game by double digits.
Oh, I didn't even know they were missing anyone.
Yeah, Aaron is a lockdown defender. He can score. He can fly. It's going to be problems. Now, if Park Legends is missing key players too, then maybe that's going to make a difference for them. But as of right now, I genuinely have Game Time pulling us off by double digits.
What do you got?
Game Time. Who are they playing? I apologize.
Park Legends.
Oh, no. Park Legends about to whoop that ass.
No. It's because you've been over Game Time.
Close,
that's why. Once you get to know them, trust me,
did they play last week at all?
The blue team, the team we were talking about. We just talked about them.
Bro, I get the team's names mixed up. I do apologize. Who's on the Game Time team?
We got Shane, we got Dom Douglas, we got a bunch of Winter Park Storm players essentially.
Oh yeah,
so they got the chemistry, they got everything. I don't even think you'll recognize any of them, to be honest.
Yeah, because I don't think I saw them play, bro.
No, you were there. You were with me.
I don't think I'm registering it.
We watched every game.
They played against Underground Kings. They beat them 81-74.
That was the first game.
Very first game.
At the end.
That was the last game.
Oh, see, no. I wasn't paying attention.
That was the very first
second to last game.
Oh, I'm saying it wrong anyway. Yeah, my bad. Ignore me.
Second to last game. That was the second to last game. We were there.
Yeah, I said
that was a team you kept telling me that they were losing when you left.
That's why. That was the team.
But they weren't. They were up almost 20 when you came back.
Yeah, okay. I know who you're talking about. Now it registered. Okay.
No, that team's legit.
I still think Park Legends.
Nah.
They're my sleepers.
It's because you don't know Game Time. You'll see. Once you see them a couple times, you'll see.
We'll see.
But then we got on the bench versus Team Swift. I got on the bench. I'm not even going to worry about debating that.
Is that owned by Bubba and Pink?
Yeah.
Nice. It is. I like that.
And Pink's the coach.
Yeah. I like that.
Bubba plays.
Yeah,
he plays.
He gets his little 5 minutes in.
Shout out Bubba and Pink. Shout out Bubba and Pink. Go watch On the Bench podcast. They showed up in our podcast a few episodes ago.
I saw Bubba.
I love them, bro.
I saw himself sub. And Tommy got so pissed. Shit made my day. He's like,
man, shout out Bubba and Pink one last time.
Nah, he was doing his thing though. I don't think he scored, but he was playing some D. He was up. He was running, bro. It was impressive.
Yeah, Bubba be hooping, man.
For sure.
Then we got the Enforcers versus Count Up. I don't know Count Up enough. I don't know what they're going to do to get it going. I just don't know their players enough. They're not typically in these leagues altogether, I believe.
They have the tallest kid on the court on their team.
Or maybe they are. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know the team well enough. The Enforcers are are brand new enforcers. They don't have the same players they had last year.
I could see this game going either way, bro.
Yeah, I think it could go either way.
I think Count Up's going to lose.
If I have to go on record,
I'll go Enforcers, but I'm not like confident.
Man, shout out to Volusia County. Look, come on, Count Up. Let's
Yeah.
get this dub, dog. Let's get this dub.
if I have to go on record, I'm going with the Enforcers. I think the Enforcers take this win.
Remember, they held the Park Legends to 40
The
seconds.
thing you guys don't know about Count Up is that team, that exact team they have, is a rec team that used to play in a D-Land rec team and stuff like that. So they're used to playing with each other. I think they just had a bad first game.
Yeah,
I changed my mind. The
changed
land
my
is the
mind.
worst place in the world, so I'm going Enforcers.
I'm going to Count Up. Yeah, I changed my
Well,
mind.
Count Up too.
I hate the land.
I think Count Up has the better players. I'm registering their roster in my head. I think they have the better players.
We didn't even get to see Dennis really play like that. Like he wasn't really even doing his thing. Like because he got hurt, his teeth got pushed back.
But we'll see. I mean, shout out to Vic again. We'll see what he can do. And then the last game of the day is going to be Underground Kings versus Worldwide. I have Worldwide taking that game.
As do I.
And the game of the week is Game Time versus Park Legends. That is at 11 a.m. at Coombs Academy. So if you guys want to tune in, make sure you guys go and support GM5.
Nas, can you catch that?
He said he might be able to.
Depends on my AAU schedule, but I don't think so.
Oh, because if you can, I would love to go watch that game of the week at least.
I was just taking my phone over here.
But that's all we have for GM5. Once again, shout out to TP, man, and thank you for having us. That is my predictions for week 2. If you guys think any differently, make sure you leave a comment. And if you're still around, please subscribe, share with all your friends and family.